Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, guess what? Back at Jimmy's shop, it's been quite busy with Project Jumping Jack Flash. As you saw in previous videos, we've blown it apart, we cut it apart. John sandblasted it. Jimmy's been working on the rear hoop of the chassis. I'm going to be heading to St. Louis soon to go get some tubing. But you know what? Not everything that's going to be done on this car is going to be taking place at Jimmy's. Jimmy did hot tank the rear end out of this, the housing. I have the strange center section. I got to order some parts, so I'm going to be making all kinds of phone calls and doing lots of research. With that, guys, like I said, I'm going to document everything on this. So I'm going to be doing a lot of prep work on that rear end to get it painted, and we're going to do some modifications on it. One of them being adding fill plugs on the top and the bottom. I'll show you here in a little bit. I'm going to grind it down, fix some welds, get it painted and all that. So it's kind of prepping the rear end to have it rebuilt to put back in this car. I know it's kind of that maybe a boring video and all that, but you know what, guys? Like I said, I really want to document this whole entire journey, every little step. So if you decide to build your own dragster, whether it be it from scratch or rebuild somebody else's like what we're doing, you can see what all goes into it. It is actually a lot of work, a lot of phone calls, a lot of research, you name it. We do have a very aggressive time schedule on this. Currently it's snowing outside. So it kind of puts a hamper on maybe doing some of the other work we need to do with it if we're going to be doing some of this outside. Reason why I'm saying that is you saw we did sandblast this outside. This is going to have to go back out and get blasted again. So this time of year, while it's great to be in the shop working because we're not out driving our hot rods and drag racing, we still have to battle the weather. So with that, guys, I'm rambling. What I need to do is I need to get prepping on that rear end, grinding on that rear end, cleaning on that rear end housing to get it ready for paint, some fill plugs, all that fun jazz. So with that, guys, we're going to get to work. I'll show you what we got going on. And from there, guys, it's going to be rebuilding the center section, getting that all put back together, the brakes, you name it, set it aside. So when this thing is ready as a complete chassis, we can get it set in there. With that, guys, I'll see you in a few minutes. All right, so you saw us been doing is we've been taking this down. Like I said, Jimmy hot tanked this, and I have just been cleaning up on it. Went over it and cleaned up some welds. We ended up doing some repair on some welds that had some small leaks. We cleaned it all up really good. The Scotch-Brite roll-lock discs work really good. It's an 80 grit. And so what we did there is cleaned it all up. I'm prepping it for paint. Like I said, we ended up fixing some welds in there, some of the beads, TIG welding everything. Still got a little more cleaning to do. But what you saw us do here is cut 2 holes here on the top and here on the bottom. So obviously these screw all the way in here. But what these are from Canton Racing, and they are a plug. So that is your drain plug. This will go up all the way in there, like I said. But that's going to be your drain plug on the bottom of the rear end. Like I said, I got these from Canton Racing. It's a quality product. So we cut those holes in there and TIG welded those in. So the top one, it's the same thing. It's also from Canton Racing. It's the fill plug. But at the same time, if you look here, the reason we did this right here, if you look, it's centered up with the rear end. We went and measured the center section where the ring gear is. So it's also a sight hole. So you'll be able to look through here and see your ring and pinion. Why is that important? Well, if there's any damage, anything going on, instead of having to pull the whole center section, you can just actually look through the hole. So yeah, pretty neat. Like I said, I'm documenting everything on the journey of building this dragster. It is a lot of work. There's a lot of modifications, little things you can do. But as you can see, like I said, you got your top and bottom fill and drain plugs. Going to make a whole lot easier to change the fluid in this without, making a huge mess like the old school way. But yeah, guys, that's where I'm at. So I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning on this. It's going to go back to my place. I'm going to probably do a little more cleaning, get it prepped, get it painted, and that'll be that. So with that, guys, I will see you soon. Well, I'm going to call that a wrap. As you saw in that video, like I said at the beginning, I'm trying to document everything on Project Jumping Jack Flash. I know it seems probably overkill, but you know what? I want to take everybody along the journey of me learning something new, working with Jimmy on building a front engine dragster. It's extremely exciting, but just like my 1968 Ford Thunderbird, all the little things, truly what takes time. Little things like what? Well, you know what? Prepping that rear end housing for paint, welding in the bungs, so you have a fill hole and you have a sight hole and also a drain plug. That takes time. Everything, just like building a car, with this takes time. So yeah, I'm kind of on the little things, but you know what? It's to be expected. I wouldn't have it any other way. So what's coming up next with Project Jumping Jack Flash? There's a lot. Mad Dog Kenny and I are going to be heading to St. Louis soon, so we can go get the chassis tubing so Jimmy can get busting out on that. I'm currently working with a vendor to find the right parts for this strange center section. It's an older model. Now, mind you, I am sticking to a budget, so I am kind of working with what I have. I've been selling parts off this dragster that I don't need to fund other things and other parts. So yeah, I'm looking at, you know, a different ring and pinion, because when we opened this up, it had a 370, which would have been right for the time for top fuel. However, I need something in the 410 to 430 range for my application. So I'm sourcing a Pro Gear for that. I'm sourcing bearings for it, races, all that type of stuff. So yeah, you're going to see us go through this, rebuild it, set it up, do some chassis work, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do on this dragster. Also, you know what, just for fun, might polish up this old moon tank. I think it's really cool. I'm going to reuse it. It's going to be pretty cool on this nostalgia front engine dragster. So with that, guys, Project Jumping Jack Flash, it's coming along. It's a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it, because we're going to be flying down the drag strip in vintage style, and I wouldn't have it any other way, guys. Till then, we'll see you in the next episode. Later.